All right, welcome back to the Passion with Purpose podcast, everybody. I am very excited today. I have some friends of mine who are former current students in my business blueprint coaching program. And, you know, they are just such lights in the community. And they actually had shared with me a story of just them going through the program, and not only just in their program, but also just in their life. And I am so excited to welcome Spencer and Gabby to the show. So guys, I'm not going to try to introduce you. I'm just going to let you guys introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about what kind of business you run, where you run it from, and how you got to running that business.
Hey everyone. So we are Spencer and Gabby. I am a Miami wedding and couples photographer. And we've been doing this business for about 5 years now. Gabby's like my assistant. She's the dress floofer, the behind the scenes, all that stuff that is basically a part of the daily. She does all that. Like I said, we started the business 5 years ago, but I guess the main story starts probably like 2 years ago. Where I was basically just kind of going through the motions, trying my best to do all the things that we're supposed to do, which is just like post on social media, do like, show up on stories, but I was kind of failing at that. And just like trying my best, basically.
Sure.
Sales wasn't my forte. At the time I was doing phone calls. If that. Sometimes it was just like emails or texts, and like I thought, I can make a sale through text. Like,
yep, for sure,
not the case. And then Gabby was like, you need to start like doing Zoom calls, and I'm like, okay, but I'm like significantly, like I'm so fearful of that. Like that's just like, yeah, that's crazy for me. But yeah, so we came across like a lot of your content, Nate. So like we'd been listening to the podcast since its inception. And then I ran into a webinar that you hosted about pricing. I believe it was about pricing. And then Gabby ran into a podcast episode just like this one, which was Q and Megan. Shout out to Q and Megan.
I love them.
They were sharing their story and kind of going through the same, not through the same exact situation, obviously, but
similar struggles.
Yeah, similar struggles. At the time, at that time specifically, we were probably getting about 15 or so inquiries a month. And that was like really difficult because we had to like make sure that we booked a lot of those inquiries. If not, It just wasn't going to work out. And that was like stressful, and a little bit scary. Always worried about where the next booking was going to come from.
Totally.
Yeah. And it was a livable, like it was good. Like we were making money to live and like do, it was rolling, let's say. We weren't like fully driving or like having major success in any way.
Sure. Now, just to stop you right there a second. Yeah. So this was like, what year was this?
23?
Yeah, I would say like 2023, like early 2024.
Yeah.
And now, Spencer, I'm gonna stop you before you go further, because I also what else is Gabby to you?
Oh yeah.
You said Gabby's my assistant, and I was like, well, yeah, but that's cutting her a little bit short.
Oh, hey, yeah. So she's actually my fiance too.
Yeah.
There we go.
I missed that actually. That's so funny.
Like,
slight difference.
That's it.
That's it.
They're just friends.
Oh, that's funny.
All good. I don't want to interrupt you too much more, but I feel like that's a pretty important missing link to the story that I just wanted to make sure we highlighted on that. Yes. The fact that y'all are in it for the long haul together. It's not just that Gabby's like your sidekick. But anyways, no, let me get you back to your story. You were talking about how, again, like every single inquiry was almost like too much pressure and you didn't know how to do sales. So at this point in 2023, what was starting to happen for you?
I think it was just
like it was like we were pretty stagnant.
Yeah.
Like we were seeing the bookings and we were seeing the inquiries and we were getting bookings, but we were just stagnant from like 2022 to 2023. Or well, actually first half of 2024, it was just pretty stagnant the whole way through, and we always felt like there was more. We're like, oh, we could do so much more. Like
low prices or not enough bookings, or what was it that made you feel okay?
Yeah, it was like a mix of like slight lack of not slight lack, actually lack of marketing and a lack of sales as well.
Yeah. So you're saying it wasn't that you had no bookings. It wasn't that you had no inquiries. It was just you felt like there's got to be more to this. And I feel like I can bring in more revenue, more ideal clients than I'm bringing in right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We always felt like maybe if we do this and maybe if we fine tune this and fine tune this and fine tune this, but we're like, okay, we're doing all this fine tuning and fixing, but like we're also not seeing any results like alone. And also at the time I wasn't really like looking into education by any means, so I was just
I'm so curious only because I have my own story and it was like maybe that for another time, but I'm just curious for you why.
I don't know, it just like wasn't on the radar. It would like sometimes it was just too expensive, or like the means like weren't necessarily there. I thought, I can do this on my own, like totally. No biggie, like it just like my thought was like, it just takes time.
Yep, absolutely. No, it's funny you say that because I was in the exact same spot before I had ever kind of tapped into the world of education or reading or getting mentors or anything like that. And it just never really crossed my mind. And maybe if it did, I was like, it's probably all scams. Like, I don't need to do that. And you know what I'm saying? So you did feel like at some point you were open to the idea of furthering your education. What kind of made that difference for you?
Well, do you want to take this one? Yeah, go for it.
I do. So I think it was the fact that, like, over the course of time, I actually don't recall exactly how we found you. It was years ago that we did, because, like we said, we've been following along like since the podcast and before that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was Evie and Lindsay.
Oh,
that's how we found me.
Yeah, their podcast that you were.
Yeah. I love it.
One of the like speakers on one of their episodes. So overall, like we had just kept following along for so long that like we had gotten so much value from you already before purchasing anything from you. Through the podcast, through like your content on Instagram, the webinars. Yeah. And it was crazy because separately, Spencer had joined the webinar. And I have a full-time job, so like he was joining that webinar during the week and I wasn't able to join live. But when I can, like I'll listen to podcasts while I work. Yeah. And I remember like that same day he had joined your webinar and I had listened to that one podcast with Q and Megan, and we had texted each other and like I was like, babe, I think we should purchase Nate's course. And he was like, "You're kidding. I think so too." I was thinking the same thing.
Wow.
And like we were just in sync on that like same day. And it was a tough decision to make, not because we didn't believe in it, but because 2 months prior to that, we had experienced a month where all we had booked was just one engagement session.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and I'm a very like money conscious person.
Totally.
I'm very impulsive. So if I feel like we're the total opposite in that sense, where I feel like, okay, like if I think it's gonna help, or if I think it's gonna be convenient enough, or like it's gonna help and make sense, I just jump.
Yeah.
But like she is like, wait.
Let's think about it.
It's good that you guys have both. Yeah. You know? Like that's me and my wife too. Like I'm like the slow down, and my wife is like, let's just do it. And it's good that you have both.
Yeah, so like I came to her saying like, oh, like let's just do it, let's just go for it. And then she's like, wait, but like, did you see the price? Like, what's the whole,
what's included? Like, what goes on? Like, how long is it available to us for? All the logistical parts of it. But bottom line, like we were like, let's just do it. Like even if, regardless of the cost, we were just ready to do it.
Yeah.
And I think we might have purchased it as soon as it became available, like as soon as you opened up that cohort.
Wow. Wow. Really cool. And so from there, did you feel like it was like this immediate change? Or do you feel like things had to go a little bit more methodical and a little bit more slow to holistically change things in your business?
Yeah. So that's the fun part is we were like, okay, we were trying to keep up with the weekly, like the weekly content, weekly schedule, essentially. Going to do all the video calls like was huge for us. We like doused you with questions.
I love it.
And so we started making adjustments, started making changes, and we started to see that it was like slightly getting better, but we were like, okay, like we're kind of booking a little bit more. Now we're kind of doing a little bit better, but then we're also like, okay, but there's still more. There's still more that we can get. And see, that I think was just time.
Yeah.
And we had the knowledge. We had you as a huge help
and mentor.
And I remember even after one of the coaching calls, like we were like, hey, like we've done all this stuff and like we're still kind of not hitting the mark.
Yeah.
And then you were like you reviewed our website and the Instagram and socials and stuff. And it was funny because you came to us and you were like, well, I don't really see what it is that's like holding you guys back, essentially. And we were like, okay, great. So,
yeah, love it. I'm sick and the doctor can't even diagnose me.
Exactly. So we were like, okay, awesome. What now?
We just kept the course, though. Yeah. Like we just kept doing everything.
Yeah, but I guess what we wanted was instant gratification.
Sure.
We wanted just to do it. Oh, like the silver bullet. We got it. Here we go. But it just wasn't going to flip like that for us. Like we didn't realize that, like, oh, it's not just going to flip. Like that's also going to take time too. But after implementing and after changing, and now like you can definitely see like we're like
the increase.
Yeah.
In all of it.
Like we were rolling before. Well, now like we're in a Ferrari, like hauling ass down the highway.
Yeah.
But I think it wasn't an immediate shift, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I love to hear stories like this too, because for certain people things take off really, really quick. And I think oftentimes that's because, and I have a video in the program about this, that certain people come into the program almost like they have, like if you can think of it as like a bodybuilder or something like that, like they have all these huge muscles and they're already so fit and strong already. And then they get into the program and it's just simply a matter of like, hey, let me shift your workout routine just slightly and let me change this and let me change this. And then they do that and then they can just completely have the wins and the results, like even in a matter of months, sometimes even weeks, which is great for them. I love that. But then for other people, it's like, hey, like there's some fundamental things that are wrong. Like metaphorically speaking, it's like you're still eating wrong and you're still you have wrong form in here, and you're lifting 5-pound weights, but we need you lifting 50-pound weights. You know what I'm saying? And working up to that takes some time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's the game of business, is that some people are at different stages. This is what makes, I think, comparison as a practice so awful and so poisonous to engage in, because you don't know what someone else is going through. You don't know what they've done in their business before you. And I know for myself, like I've never been that person where I started something and immediately it's like fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had to slug through those moments where I'm like, what is wrong? Why is this not working as fast as for other people? And oftentimes, again, it's because I came into something with less leverage or maybe less momentum than somebody else did. And so now I have to kind of get up to speed with them as well in order to see the results that they're seeing. But it doesn't make your results any less simply because they took a bit longer to get there. So I love that you said that, you guys. And is there anything that for you, well, first of all, let me ask you this. Raw data, raw results, show me some like, we were here and now we are here now. Like, what are your flexes at this point of like, this is where we were and it sucked and this is where we are, which is a goal that we had.
Go for it.
Yeah. So prior to the course, we looked at like 2024 first half data because we joined, like Spencer said, in July 2024, I believe. Yeah, summer 2024. Yeah. So first half of 2024, on average, we were getting 15 inquiries per month. Mm-hmm. Currently, for 2025, up until October, which is when we're recording this, we are now getting, on average, 40 inquiries per month.
Oh my gosh. 40?
40.
That is insane. So you get more inquiries than you do. Like, you have more than one inquiry per day.
Yeah.
On average. That is wild.
I know.
And sometimes it's been more, actually. I think like our record is like 56 probably.
Yeah, I think it is 56.
Yeah.
And just so people listening can understand, what does that mean for your business? Like, how does that impact you when you do get an inquiry? Like, are you still frantic? Are you still like, oh my gosh, we have to book every single one? Like, what's the difference for you?
I think it allows us to be a little bit more flexible with which clients we work with, just because we could tell by some inquiries back then and now, like, you know, they may just be price shopping or
totally.
It may be, you know, something on a date that we want to do something for our own, like spending time with family or something personal, right? Mm-hmm. So it does allow us to have a little bit more flexibility to say, oh, you know what, like we need to block that day off for our own personal time and we won't take it. Right. I will say though, I am very adamant, no matter what season we're in, I am very adamant about responding very quickly.
How quickly do you like to respond?
In some cases, 10 minutes when we can.
Yeah.
Max, I would say it takes us an hour.
A few hours. Yeah, maybe like 2 hours.
Or two,
like, let's be realistic.
Yeah, an hour, 2 hours. Yeah.
Can I ask why?
I've been on the client side before. Not for photography, for like our own us, like wedding, but just in general. And I like to get quick responses. Like, I am a huge believer that the quicker you respond, the more likely the client is to purchase that service or product from you because they want that response.
And it's already shown. Like, we've gotten emails back that's like, oh, thank you so much for the quick response. Or like, you know, just quick responses move the world. That's it.
I feel like, I mean, we haven't looked at data on that, but it feels like every other client will respond and say, thank you for the fast response. Right. Thank you for the quick response. Like, we appreciate it. So it has helped a lot, but that has been consistent from like prior to BB and then now.
Right. Can I push on this just a little bit more? Because I talk about this and people get very offended when I talk about this. And so I love it when other people can, like, it's like, this isn't even about me. Like, this is actual people's results. Because a lot of people will say this. A lot of people will say, okay, but responding quickly, which, by the way, 10 minutes, y'all are overachievers. Y'all are like crushing it. But so I just look at that and I'm like, okay, there is a cost to responding quickly, right? Which is, you know, you have to stop your day. You have to take time that you weren't planning to take to respond to somebody. It's inconvenient. It can be annoying at times. What would you say to that?
I would say that it's worth it. And I would also say that if you think it's too annoying or it's taking too much time, then your workflows and processes aren't set up in place to accommodate it.
Agree.
Because we already have, we use Dubsado as our CRM, and we have all our email templates in there. I mean, realistically, even if it was an inquiry that required a little bit more time.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be some adjusting because every session or every wedding is unique.
Slightly,
Totally.
Right. But either way, like if you're, I don't know, like if you're about to answer an inquiry and you're at 0%, like you have nothing
drafted,
as opposed to like 80% where most of it's ready. All you have to do is like add in the specifics.
Yep.
Well, then you're already answering quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to take you that long. And getting an inquiry doesn't feel like, oh, wow, now I have to answer an inquiry.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's having everything set in place.
The way I always see it is, you know, there is a cost to responding quickly, like you guys are saying, and it's inconvenient. It's very inconvenient. We can all agree on that. Like, I don't want to stop and respond to an inquiry quickly. I'm sure you guys don't want to respond to an inquiry quickly. You have a life, you have bedtimes, you have people in your life, you have personal time, all these types of things. And I'm also not, and I don't think you guys are, saying that you destroy the fabric of your life and you destroy personal moments to respond to every inquiry within minutes. Like, I'm sure none of us are saying that. But I also look at, and you guys would too, the cost of not responding to an inquiry quickly. And I look at it as like, okay, I have spent who knows how long convincing this person to be interested enough in me to inquire. It could be a matter of they've been following me for a year and I've worked for them for a year. I have had conversations that I'm not even privy to that impacted them enough to be like, I'm going to reach out to him. And I did all of this work for however long. And then now if I'm just like, I'm going to give it 48 to 72 hours and respond when it's convenient. To me, if I lose them because somebody else because Spencer and Gabby responded, same client inquires with Nathan, who inquires with Spencer and Gabby. You guys get back to them within an hour. I get back to them within 48 to 72 hours. You guys are going to have them booked before I even respond.
Right.
And so then I look at that and I'm like, okay, so you know what's really inconvenient? It's when I lose that client and now I have to start all over again to find a brand new client. Who knows how long that's going to take? You know what I'm saying? Gabby, you're laughing at me, by the way.
I do. Because we talk about it all the time. I'm like, oh, there's just so many clients that even like they may inquire, I don't know, on a Saturday morning when they're free. And it's like they'd have to wait till Monday to hear back. But by Monday, they're already back at work if they work a typical 9-to-5 job.
Right.
So if you answer in the morning, basically they're going to get back to you like by the end of the day when they've gotten home and
Monday
they're like
night.
they can chill for a second and look at their emails.
Yeah.
And it just adds to the back and forth when, like, if you could just spare a few minutes to respond, again, assuming your workflows and email templates are in place, you may actually just be able to book them that same Saturday.
Yeah.
And obviously there's exceptions too. Like you said, like
yeah.
it's not like, oh, we're at a life event or like at a, family party or something. Oh, let's answer the inquiry. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Not like
Within
that either.
And also
reason.
not like 2 a.m., you guys, for anyone that's saying this, that we're not saying you need to be available at 2 a.m. answering
Alarm,
inquiries.
Honeybook alarm goes off. You wake up, beep, beep, boop, and then you send it off. That'd be ridiculous.
You have your phone on your chest and you wake up and you're like,
Oh my goodness. I feel like if we could make a reel about that and it'd be a little toxic, but oh my goodness. Okay. So tell me about all of this. Has this changed your income at all? Has this changed the amount in value that you've booked per year? Like, if so, what has it changed for you?
well, so we actually just hit our record month this month for $21,000.
So cool. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Which
And
basically
it's like multiple 5-figure month.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then, like, for years, I would say our goal was to hit 6 figures.
Yeah.
And every year we would miss it by, in some cases, it was
Quite a few.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Like there was a year we hit 50,000. We're like, okay, like we still have so much like to go to get there.
Yeah.
Then, you know, from there we kept getting closer and closer and closer, but we never actually got to hit it.
And I think back then it was like a dream kind of. It's like, maybe one day, you know, maybe one day we'll hit it.
Yeah. And then we actually hit it, I believe at the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Early October we hit it.
Crazy. With quite a few months of the year left to spare.
Exactly. Yes. Which is actually our busiest month left.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So it's honestly just been life-changing. Like it always, like Spencer said, it always felt like a goal that we were like, well, it'd be amazing if we could hit it one day.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, it happened.
Yeah.
Huge, you guys. Congratulations. I'm seriously so proud of you and just so happy for you. When you look at the difference between maybe what like this year versus a previous year was, obviously like, yeah, maybe you got more into education, things like that. But if there's anything that just like your no BS answer, like if you could tell your former self, what were the things that really changed the game for you if you could encapsulate some of them?
I think it's like, don't think you can go it alone. Like really put your head to the grindstone, make your adjustments, but also like don't think it's just going to change instantly. Get after it, give it time, make sure you're hitting multiple channels, not just like doing the bare minimum. And by the bare minimum, I mean like, okay, like, oh, I'm going to post on Instagram. Okay, cool. Like definitely, you know, more. And just keep going, even when you think like, oh, you know, it's slow, or oh, I didn't do so well this time, or don't spiral, like relax, take a deep breath, because it'll come. But you know, just
stay
keep
the
going.
course.
Yeah.
Stay the course.
Yeah.
For some more tactical steps, I guess, for anyone listening that would want to take some or make some changes immediately, listen to, if you're a part of VB, listen to the video about the value or the importance of a free shoot.
Yeah.
That changed, like it just changed things for us.
Right.
Like I can't even explain it, but granted, we had already been doing that prior to BB.
Right. Minus intentionality, though.
Yeah, we just weren't being as intentional with it.
Ooh, tell me what you mean by that.
So it's like, okay, you can do plenty of free shoots, sure, but like if you did a free shoot in a location that you've never done before, or you've never worked at before, or you do a free shoot, and I don't know, let's say this couple has exceptional style, and maybe they, you know, maybe it's a little different, something along those lines.
And I think also just like being intentional about who you offer it to.
Right.
Like the couple that you offer it to. Just because I think at least for us, like there was just one specific shoot that comes to mind that I think is probably the same for Spencer.
Yeah.
And that couple, I think, has connections or peers that were in a slightly different financial situation where they could splurge. And I say splurge because photography to me is you are splurging.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's, you know, not something that everyone can afford. So they did have couples and friends and peers in their community that were willing to and able to splurge on photography. And it just like helps reach other markets if you intentionally offer it to the right couple.
Right.
Yeah.
And also that doesn't mean like, oh, look for someone with the most clout on Instagram. That doesn't mean like, oh, they have like 2 million followers. Okay, that's who we offer it to.
It's
no.
not about that.
It's just being,
not looking at the follower count.
Exactly.
But you can still, like you guys are saying, you can still be strategic in the way that you partner up with certain people. Because I think whenever, you know, maybe I say something like free shoot, like do a free shoot, I think a lot of people think, oh, but that's like giving away my work for free and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh no, it is not giving away your work for free. It's just changing up the payment. It's changing up the payment from you're getting paid in money to you're getting paid in a portfolio. you're getting paid to have connections, you're getting paid to be referred, you're getting paid to showcase your experience to real life human beings rather than just showcase your experience to an Instagram algorithm. And so I do think that there's so much power in the fact that you can work with people one-on-one or one-on-two or two-on-two in your case, and you can show them the exact experience that you would give to someone as a paid client. And then guess what happens if you knock it out of the park? They have friends. They have people that they want to talk to. And I think I even think like my wife and I and like the friends that we have, and the way that when somebody serves us really, really well, we cannot shut up about them. And part of the reason is because it makes us look good if we get friends of ours who work with that person and they also love the experience, and then they attribute the referral back to us. It makes us look good. And obviously that sounds like so selfish, but I'm just saying, like, that's how human psychology works in many senses, is that when you knock it out of the park for person A for themselves, like, desires to share that experience with other people in their life so that they can not only share the actual good experience, but also so that they're building trust. Like they're building like social trust even in themselves. Yes. It's like this weird, like, primal instinct that I think we all have, that we want to be somebody who is trustworthy and that we want to be somebody who is a connector of two different parties. And so it's just like this thing that, again, I love that you're saying this, that you want to also be strategic with who you're offering these types of free shoots to.
Yep. So it was that, and then it was, again, this was actually something we implemented like prior to BB. But if you don't have a CRM, please get one.
911 emergency, please get us.
Yes.
CRM.
Did you have one? Or are you saying you didn't have one at one point?
We did at one point. We didn't at one point.
We didn't. I think it was. Might have been 2021 or 2022. I can't remember what year. Mm-hmm. We implemented a CRM into our processes, but prior to that, we were sending like proposals in PDF format.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I have some questions. So first of all, what's a CRM?
Customer relationship management system.
Yeah. What's your favorite one? What's the one you use?
What's ours? Sorry.
No, that I was asking you two different questions. You answered the first one, and I'm asking you the second one.
The one we use is Dubsado.
Ooh, hot take. Tell me why, because I'm always curious why people choose Dubsado or 17 Hats or Honeybook or whatever.
I don't know that we ever pitted them against each other.
Yeah, like we didn't try like a bunch of them.
We didn't. We just had heard someone that was in a creative industry, not a photographer, but they were talking about it and how amazing it was. And there was actually, they had a peer that was selling a Dubsado course on how to implement your own workflows. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, let's just go with Dubsado. I personally love workflows. So I was like, I will watch the training videos. I will set it up for us. And I did. And we've been with Dubsado ever since.
Sweet. I love it. And then when you send people, like, how does using Dubsado kind of like on a granular level, how does that change the way that you're interacting with an inquiry versus maybe what you were doing, whether it was like in Gmail or like sending a PDF or something like that? Like, how does that look different for you?
I think it's just mainly just that it's neater. Like, it's just like
neater and easy for the customer.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything's within the click. Like, you don't have to click into a Google Doc and scroll, and that's just like...
We cringe whenever we talk about it. We're like, can't believe we did that.
I think I came up on one on my laptop not too long. I'm like, delete that one.
Don't need to see that anymore.
You gotta save those. You gotta make sure that you know where you came from. I save all of that crap because I'm like, I just want to look back on it someday and be like, this is how far you've come.
I think like way back then we were like charging like pennies for a session, and it was like I was being so clever and saying, you get this for free. So it was like an itemized thing.
an invoice, like almost like an
like a little
itemized
invoice.
invoice.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
But on top of making it easy, I will say you could probably book a client in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Because it's just all right there, and it's just all like hosted under one umbrella. And to me, this also goes back to what we were talking about with fast inquiries, because I'm sure you guys use inquiry response templates, which probably include some sort of proposal in the template, and whether it's like a link in there as well. Do you have templates for that as well?
For the proposals?
Yeah, just any of it, like how you respond to your clients when they inquire.
Yeah. We have templates for emails, for proposals, for contracts, for questionnaires that we send out after the client books, whether it's a session or wedding.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
I love it. Absolutely
It's like you can make it really robust where once you set it, like, I don't want to say you can forget it, but once you set it, it makes your life easier as the business owner, so that it takes you less and less time moving forward.
Yeah, it's kind of like a personal assistant in many ways. So tell me about, obviously, like, it's great that you guys have seen different inquiry rates. It's great that you guys have seen different income, all those types of things, different systems. I'm so proud of you guys for that. But I would also like to know, because I like to always bring it back to why, like, and so what does this do for you? And so how have you, I'm even curious if it impacts your perspective on your future at all as you guys are looking towards marriage. But even in the midst of where you are right now, how does the differences you've seen in your business, how, if at all, does that impact your personal life, or I don't know, your peace or anything like that? Like, has there been any felt impact on your life?
For sure. Yeah, I think that starting off, like we said, starting off like the 15 inquiries, now 40, we don't have to book every single one like we talked about. That is in itself already way nicer, because, like, yes, we've gotten so many good advices and things, but you know what, you want to take this one, babe?
I can't.
Yeah, I'm
I
rambling.
can't.
You were on a roll.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, like, from a personal perspective, like, it just allows us to be able to breathe.
Totally.
And I know that sounds like maybe silly, but I think in when you're in tough seasons as a business owner, like, you're almost like on guard, like you're on edge, because you're like, well, I need to book these 2 people I just spoke to reach my income goal for that month. Where now it's like, okay, like, we're okay, like, it's fine. Like, obviously we are very consistent in our marketing efforts still. That hasn't stopped, but overall we're just able to, like, relax a little bit. Like, we'll be just fine. Where I know in previous years you're like, well, like, you know, should we actually continue pursuing this? And this wasn't in 2024. I'm just saying, like, before that, when it's been a little bit scarier, we're like, well, maybe we should pivot, like, find something else. But
well, and also, like, if you don't hit goal, then you're, like, worried, like, okay, I'm not gonna hit goal, or, like, I may not hit goal, so, like, I guess we'll just have to wait till next month. But then you also kind of spiral and start to think, okay, is it my work? Is it
totally
you know, what could be happening? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, you kind of like start to, like, question yourself, self-doubt all the time, and it's really horrible. But by having a lot more inquiries and not having to worry so much about booking every single one, then you're kind of like, okay, so people, like, I'm in high demand, which is great.
And people do love my work.
People do love my work.
Nothing's wrong with my work.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I will also say, like, it, like I said earlier, I'm very money conscious, right?
Yeah.
And, like, personally for us, when we got engaged, we were really, really debating whether we wanted to have something very, very small or have the typical, you know, traditional wedding. I would say that because of the fact that we've seen so much success, we were driven to go with our gut and actually have a traditional wedding in a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're getting married next year, 2026.
So
and
cool.
I know, and it wouldn't be possible had it not been for the success we saw. Otherwise, we would have just been like, let's just go, you know, to the courthouse.
Yeah, civil wedding.
Yeah, call it a day.
Which is totally fine and valid, but we wanted to walk down an aisle. We wanted to do everything, all the things, you know.
So it wouldn't be possible, I don't think, had it not been for like how much success we saw earlier this year.
So cool. I'm so happy to hear that. I just, you know, I loved our wedding, and I love when people get to have that chance to spend it with not only just themselves, but also with the people in their life. And I think it is a moment that you can't get back. And I mean, like, we're wedding photographers, like, we get this. So it's one of those things that I am such a huge advocate for, even in our culture, which our culture is like very anti-traditional and very anti-spending money on these types of things. But it is one of those moments in life where, again, you kind of have this unique opportunity to do something special. And it doesn't have to be that it's special in the sense of like so much money is spent. Like, my wife and I, we barely spent money on our wedding. Like, it was literally during COVID and we had to have it in somebody's backyard. But having the people, like the closest people in our lives there for us, and like still making like a dinner out of it and still making a ceremony out of it and a party out of it, like, it was so special, like one of the best days of our lives. And so I'm just really happy you guys are still going through with that, and that some of this has allowed that to happen. I also really want to get back to you were on a roll, Spencer, as well, when you said it gives you the opportunity to be more selective. And to me, I think that's a huge part of photography is, you know, when I think of success as a photographer, I don't think that it always means a certain number. I don't think that it always means having the basically like having so many big highfalutin inquiries and these big like travel destination weddings or these big luxury weddings or whatever have you. To me, success as a photographer is how often you get to say no. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's literally like how often you get to be like, that doesn't really get me out of bed in the morning, or I don't think that's the client I can serve the best. And I can say no, and it's not going to cost me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that is like this huge part of the success. And so I do think that you're onto something there when you say it's just peace of mind, and it's less stressful, and it's a way to just be like, you know what? I don't have to say yes to every single thing when it doesn't feel aligned with me. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I do.
You're like, we feel it.
Yeah, we
feel that in real time.
Yeah. There have been some clients that were like, we don't really feel aligned to their vision, to what, you know, or what they're looking for. And we've ended up telling them, like, we don't think we're the best fit.
Yeah.
Versus I would say probably like 2023, early 2024, we probably would have just done it.
Yeah, if we were like a puzzle piece that didn't fit, but we had to force it to fit because we had to hit goal or you know.
Yeah. Okay, before we close, I just want to get from each of you just an overall piece of general advice that maybe we haven't touched on yet, that you guys would give to maybe your former self or someone listening who, I mean, you guys said you listened to Quentin and Megan's episode and it so impacted you. So think of yourselves on the other end. What would you say just in closing to someone listening?
You want to go?
You go first.
Okay. I just want to preface this by saying that this is something that I want to share on my own. Like, we're not sponsored by Nate or anything, but I really do. I do encourage anyone that has had that thought before of pursuing the business blueprint. Like, this is your sign that you're looking for to do it. And when you do purchase it, like, just hold yourself accountable to get through the content. because there's so many
Amen.
people that will purchase a course and then it's just sitting in their inbox. They never go back to it, or they forget about it. But truly, like set yourself accountable for it. Like at the time when we were going through the weekly content, like Spencer was saying, every single weekend we would dedicate like Saturday and Sunday to it, like watching the videos and then making the changes, building a to-do list of all the things we needed to implement. And it was overwhelming. I will say it was overwhelming.
The list was long.
The list was very long at times, but just know that it is all worth it. And as long as you push through, like, and apply the advice and the tactical steps that are given, like, you will see success, even if it's not immediate. I mean, just looking at us, like, we joined July of 2024 and it's October 2025 when we're recording this. And although we've seen success throughout the year, like, I would probably say it took at least 6 to 9 months for it to, like, truly pick up for us.
Yep.
So I would just say that. I don't know about you.
I love that message. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Purchasing the course does nothing. Yeah. It really doesn't. You got to also hold yourself accountable to that money that you spent and actually make the changes. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. And like, free information is great, but like you can do quite a bit with it. However, being able, like, paying for the course, even if it hurts a little bit, or even if you think, oh, you know, maybe next month, from impulsive Spencer, go for it. Like, just do it. Get into BB, and it will change your life. Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simply, it will. It'll take time. It'll take a lot of work. And you can't just kind of like be like in the video call and not ask questions and like just, you know, camera off. Like, no. Camera on, engage, ask questions. Nate will answer your questions. He'll help you out through everything. And it will change if you make the changes.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing that I just remembered that I figured I'd share, because I know sometimes it can be discouraging, is don't overthink the content that you post. We have really, like, tapped into video content for TikTok. Yeah. And there are some TikToks that we, like, overthink and we end up posting it, and like they may
ones that do well.
Yeah, either they may perform amazing or they may tank. But we just almost like set it as a rule of thumb, like, we're just gonna post it, like, we're not even gonna think twice about it. We just want to get it out there. Because I remember us, like, being in that stage where we're like, oh, like, well, maybe this isn't good enough, like, maybe we should re-edit this video or re-record it. So that's another thing, just like, don't overthink it. Even if it reaches one potential client that inquires, like, that's amazing as is. So just another nugget of,
even if you're in 200 view jail and one of those viewers turns out to be a client,
that's right,
you're off to the races.
So worth it. So worth it. You guys, I appreciate this. Your words have really encouraged me specifically too. So I, like, more than you know. So I really appreciate it. I do want to kind of end giving you guys a word of encouragement, because I do think I just see you guys sailing past where you're even at right now. I think this is actually just like the beginning of something for you. Even as I speak to you as a unit, and you guys are going to be married soon, so I think that unit will become even stronger. I think you guys are so fun to be around and so easy to talk to and just like infectious. I think that's one of your greatest assets, especially as photographers, because we're such personal brands. I think that's something that you will see the benefits of in so many areas of your business. So to be honest with you, like, and I don't just say this, because I wouldn't just say this to everybody, but I do think you're at the beginning of something, not at like the end of something. I think it's really a stepping stone to where you're going to be headed next. So yeah, I'm just really excited for you guys. I'm really excited to watch your story and to keep following along with you guys as you go. Tell us where we can find your account on maybe Instagram or TikTok and your website.
So we are at the Shao Photography. My last name is a little hard to spell, so it's Schau. So the Shao Photography. Perfect. Shao is look in German. So the look
really,
yeah,
I like that. That's amazing. As a German myself, I love that. So cool. And then your website,
theshao.com.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
We'll put those in the show notes.
You
guys,
Sam, we appreciate the encouraging words.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, you guys.